Yo, YouTube, we're halfway done with the qualifiers for Major 4, and it was a good week for me last week. I had 9 out of 10 picks finally breaking my record of 6 out of 10, and I'm hoping to keep that momentum going. I'm still aiming above 6 out of 10, if possible 10 out of 10 now. So I'm feeling good going into this next week, and we're going to make our predictions already, starting with the Vegas Legion versus Toronto Ultra. We have been waiting for this match since we heard that Standy went into Vegas Legion, because we all know what happened when he was dropped out of Vegas. When he was dropped out of Toronto, that whole drama with Scrapy. So we're going to have that 1v1 going down. Hopefully we get to see a 1v1 go down in the search and destroy, maybe a round 5 search and destroy to win the match. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But my money is on Vegas Legion. I want to see them go in 3-2. I want to see them take it to a round 5, because I know Ultra is going to be a tough win, and I want to see my boy Standy win and my boy Clay win. You know, I want them to make into the champ spot, because having Clay at champs is just a regular. You can't have champs without Clay. Next, we have Optic Texas versus LAG. And this one to me is going to be a 3-0 because of how LAG's been looking lately. Maybe a 3-1. But I'm going to have Optic Texas 3-0 on this one because of how LAG has been looking lately and how Optic Texas has been looking lately. Next, we have Minnesota Rocker versus FaZe. This is going to be an easy 3-1 for me on FaZe's side, because Minnesota Rocker have not been looking too hot lately since the change. I mean, the change hasn't really been doing well, and I kind of want to not see them make champs, because I want Vegas to take their spot. You know, I want Clay in that champ spot. You know, that might sound bad, but I want Minnesota Rocker to get knocked out of champs. Next, we have New York Subliners versus the London Royal Ravens. This is going to be, I'm going to give it a 3-1 on New York Subliners side. I was going to say 3-0 on Subliners, but I think the London Royal Ravens have picked up the pace a little bit because of how they were looking last week. I think they were my only upset right here against the Vegas Legion. But it is Vegas Legion. They're quite a new team, but we'll see how it goes. Next, we have Vegas Legion once again against the Florida Mutineers. Both new rosters, but I think I'm going to go 3-1 Vegas Legion if they're going to carry on that momentum if they beat the Toronto Ultra, because they're a really tough team to beat. I think they're going to carry that momentum on to the Florida Mutineers and be able to beat them there. Next, we have Optic Texas versus Boston Breach. This is always a good match, but I think it's going to be 3-1 Optic Texas. They've been looking in good form lately. They've been 100-point clubbing Boston Breach on LAN, so I believe they can do it online. So I'm going to go with a solid 3-1 on this one. Next, we have another banger of a match, FaZe versus Surge. That one is a classic now in my eyes. Always going to go to a round 5. I'm going to give it to Surge. I feel like Surge always manages to get the upper hand on FaZe when you least expect them, and I feel like now is going to be one of the times when you least expect them to get that upper hand on FaZe, and maybe get some momentum going into their next match against LAG, which is just going to end in a 3-1. I'm so confident. I'm giving that one the point boost. So I'm going to boost that match 3-1 Seattle Surge to LAG. Next, we have LA Thieves versus Minnesota Rocker. I think this is going to be an easy 3-1 for, actually, let's make it a 3-0. I think this is going to be an easy 3-0 for LA Thieves. LA Thieves have been doing really, really good lately. They did struggle in their match against Optic last week, but you know, it's Optic. It's a good team. They've been doing great. They beat LAG 3-1. So I think Rocker is going to be an easier match for them, depending on how that goes. If anything, Rocker might sneak a search and destroy or a control. Actually, I don't think they'll sneak in a control. I think they might sneak a search and destroy if they do, but I think it's going to be 3-0. LA Thieves needs to be working on their search. Next, and finally, we have Boston Breach versus New York Subliners. This is going to be another really good match, I think, in my opinion. They have really good people on both sides capable of popping off. Obviously, Crimp on this roster, since he's new, I think I have more confidence in him. But it's going to be a really tight match. I want to go Boston Breach beating Subliners on this one. Because, let's see, I think Subliners lost. Yeah, they lost against Optic, but they did beat Rocker, which, I mean, it's not surprising. But Rocker did manage to get a game on them. So that might be where Boston Breach capitalized. They might be able to sneak a search and destroy and an extra respawn. If they are able to do that, I believe they will win. That's going to cap off the end of the week 3 for us. And next is week 4. And after that, we have the Major 4 tournament that we have to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to the first match of this week, which is Standy and Scrapy standoff in Vegas versus Toronto. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Am I on? Am I off? Am I faded for these picks? Or do you think I'm right? Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great one.